Hey everyone, it's Will here, and today I'm going to show you guys my 2026 edition of my TM Books and Video VHS collection. So, as you know, I have 3 bins of TM tapes, but now I'm going to do the first bin, so let's get started. So first up, we have the Great Toy Train Layups of America Part 5, the 2002 re-release. Well, in the original case, but with this barcode thing right there. Tape, the ink and brace style printings on the top. Here's Outflow Trains 5, the 2002 VHS. Ink and brace style printings on the top again. Here's Great Toy Train Layups in America Part 2, the re-release version. Again with the barcode, the UPC code, I should say. This one has a print date. And it is July 26th, 2005. Next is the I Love Big Machines Part 1 original 94 tape. Well, not original because it's a 2002 reprint. There's the end label, and again, the anchor brace style printings on the top. Here's Toy Trains and Christmas 2, the 2001 VHS. Here's the tape. Here's Big Trains and Toy Trains, the 1995 re-release. Print date. Here's Toy Trains and Christmas 1, the 2001 re-release. As you can see, is this barcode. The UPC code was a new UPC code was placed over the original one, so that's how you can tell if it's a 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, and on print of Toy Trains Christmas 1. Here's Toy Trains and Christmas 3, the 2001 re-release. Here's Outflow Trains 1, the 97 tape. Oh, as you can see, there's no text on the bottom of the tape. And it has the 93 labels, but it actually still has the 1997 tape master, so that's kind of weird. Give me 1 second while I put away some of the tapes. Okay, now, next up is the Big Trains and Toy Trains original 1994 VHS. Well, Toy Trains and Big Trains on the case, but Big Trains and Toy Trains on the label. Here's I Love Toy Trains 5, but the 2005 re-release, despite still having the 2002 case. Print date on this tape is September 2nd, 2005. Here's I Love Toy Trains 4, the 1997 second edition VHS. This time you guys probably will be able to see the tape labels a bit better because I'm using my iPad to film this instead of my Windows laptop computer, so yeah. Here's the I Love Toy Trains 1 2001 VHS. Yeah, these are gonna fall. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, here's the I Love Toy Trains 1, 2, and 3 2000 box set, I believe. I think it's 2000. Doesn't have a date, but I put the 2000 VHS tapes in this. So, that's part 1. It actually has these style reels, but the other two do not, so that's interesting. Here's part 2. And part 3. Here's I Love Toy Trains 2, but the 1998 VHS, as you can see, it does say 1998 on there. Here's part 3. Once again, 1998 VHS. And part 4, once again, 1998 tape. And this one, yeah, this one only has the left audio channel played during this, although you can still kind of hear the right audio channel when you like normalize stuff, parts of it, and so that's interesting. Here's I Love Christmas, the 1999 re-release. The audio in this one is actually pretty loud, so yeah. Here's I Love Toy Train 6, the 2005 re-release. Print date November 3rd, 2005. Oops, I almost dropped this one. Rails to Paradise, the original release of the Great Montana Train Ride from 1996. And it actually still has the newer TM logos on the side, which is pretty cool. Despite the older TM logo being on the tape itself, so it's weird. That's weird. Here it is. Here's a Century of Line Now festival version from 2003. Here's Atlas O 21st Century Track System from 1999. The back. Here's Great Toy Train Layouts of America Part 6, but again, it's a 2005 reprint, and once again, it also has the barcode sticker, UPC code as well, so you can tell that's a reprint. Print date on this one is December 6th, 2005. Here's Great Toy Train Layouts of America, Part 4. Once again, it also has the barcode sticker. Why do I keep saying barcode sticker? UPC code. But this time it actually isn't has the original labels and stuff. And no Anchor Bay printing. So this probably is like a 99, 2000, or 2001 print, I'd say. Here's another I Love Toy Trains, I Love Toy Trains 1, 2, 3 box sets. I don't think I showed that. Yeah, there we go. Here's part 1. These ones have the 97 tapes in them. You can see. Here's part 2. And part 3. This one actually has the oversized reels, while the other two do not. And here is the History of Lionel Trains. I think this is the original 89 VHS, but I could be wrong. I haven't checked it in a while. Give me 1 second while I put these back. Okay, so next up we have the I Love Toy Trains 5 2001 release. It says 2000 real, but it's actually 2001. So, yeah. Here's I Love Toy Trains 1, the 2005 VHS. September 30th, 2005, it says there, because I had to put this in a different tape shell because the original one was kind of broken. Here's I Love Toy Trains 2, the 2005 VHS. Print date is September 2nd, 2005. Here's the I Love Toy Trains 1, 1999 Constructive Playthings tape. Here's I Love Toy Trains 3, the 2002 VHS. Here's I Love Toy Trains 2, the 2002 VHS, and I've never shown this before, but I actually got a different copy a couple months ago. So, there you go. Here's the I Love Toy Trains 1, 2002 VHS. Hands are kind of dirty. Well, late 2002 VHS, I should say, because this one is actually the early 2002 VHS, despite still coming in the 2000 case. Here's I Love Toy Trains 4, the 2001 VHS. Here's I Love Toy Trains 3, the 2001 VHS. And here's I Love Toy Trains 2, once again, 2001 VHS. Don't want to put them in yet. Okay. Here's Fun Thrills with American Flyer, the re-release. I mean, it says 1993, but it comes in clamshell, but it actually has a 2002 label, tape inside. Yeah. Here's more Big Trains and Toy Trains, the 1994 original tape. I don't have the EP mode one yet, but I mean I used to, but then I donated it once I got these, but the original tapes, but I want to get that again, so someday I will get it again. Here's I Love Toy Trains 4, the original first edition 97 tape. As you can see, it has UPC code. Here's I Love Toy Trains 3, the 1994 Canadian tape, distributed in Canada by Astral Video. Here's the ink label, and cartridge number on this tape is 1 out of 4. Here's the I Love Toy Trains 2. Once again, 1994 Canadian tape. Cartridge number on this one is 3 out of 4. Here's the I Love Toy Trains 1, 1994 Astral Video Canadian tape. Cartridge number on this one is 1 out of 4. Here's it. Yet again, another I Love Toy Trains 1, 2, 3 box set, but this one has the 94 tapes because I'm Tom McComas, producer of The. So if it says that, you could tell it's an original 94 print. But the one I showed which had the 97 tapes in it, was the correct one that had the word "the" put only once. So yeah, here's part 1, and again it says the. So once again, you can tell it's an original 94 tape. And this one actually has the shuffling color bars in black and white at the end of the tape, as I showed you in a video from, I think, 2024? No, last year, actually. Here's part 2. Original 94 tape. And part 3. Once again, original 1994 VHS. And to finish this bin off, here's the original first edition I Love Toy Trains 1, 1993 VHS. And it is the true first edition because it has this label and this end label. So, yeah. Okay, so give me 1 second while I put this bin back and get the next bin. So, yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the next bin. So let's continue. So first one in this bin is Lionel the Movie 1, the 1991 VHS. It says 1990. But the label says 1991. So here's Toy Train Review number 2. Ooh, I almost dropped it. Toy Train Review number 3, the VHS. I also have the Betamax tape, as you'll see later on. Here's I Love Floor Trains 4, 5, and 6 90-minute tape. This one I also got a new copy of. I think it was like almost a month ago now. Here's I Love Christmas, the original 1998 tape. Here's I Love Big Trains 2. Here's I Love Toy Trains 1, 2, 3. The 1996 UK VHS. And I had to put this in a new tape shell. Here's the history of Lionel Trains. I think this is the 1991 re-release tape. Well, if I got the two mixed up, I don't really care. Here's the Lionel tour, The Making of the Scale Hudson from 1991. Here's the Lionel 1991 video catalog. And here's the 1992 Lionel video catalog. Here's the new Lionel showroom layout and how it was built from 1993. Give me 1 second while I flip these back. Okay, here's the Magic of Lionel 1, the original 1993 VHS. Sorry, just need to do that. Here's I Love Christmas, the 1997 re-release. I also put a homemade end label on it, as well as some other TN tapes that don't have end labels, as you'll soon see, such as the I Love Christmas original 96 VHS. Okay, here is the I Love Toy Trains 1 through 6 1999 box set. So here's part 1. All of these are 1999 tapes. Here's part 2. Here's part 3. Part 4. 5. And part 6. I also have the Great Toy Train Layouts of America 1 through 6 box set. Top just has the TM logo. Let's see. Here's part 1. The 93 re-release. Part 2. This one has a print date on the top, November 28th, 1989. Part 3. This one also has a print date, February 5th, 1991. Part 4. Part 5. And part 6. Now I'm gonna put these back. Okay, next up is the I Love Toy Trains 10, 11, and 12, 2005 reprint VHS. Actually, just say tmbb.com, and almost 2 million sold. So that's how it's the 2005 reprint tape. Print date is November 2nd, 2005. Here's I Love Toy Trains 5, the original first edition 1998 VHS. And now here's the second edition 1998 VHS. Here's I Love Toy Train 6, original 1998 VHS. And it also comes with this little guide. Oh, it's upside down. This little guide thing, as you can see. I'll just give you a couple minutes to like look at it and stuff. Sorry about that. The dogs are barking in the background, so. Yeah, hold on. Okay, here's the Part 7, 1999 VHS. And now we get to my copies of 1, 2, and 3, the 90-minute ones. So here's the original 1997 VHS. Here's the 1997 Blockbuster VHS. Thought that had a crack right there, but no, it's still fine. Okay. Here's the 99 homemade VHS that I made myself, if you remember in that video that I did of the 1, 2, 3 comparison. Here's the 2001 VHS. Here's the 2002 VHS. And the 2005 VHS. And the print date on this tape is, if I can read it, sorry, hold on, June 21st, 2005. Okay, so here's the Choo Choo Barn 1992 VHS. Choo Choo Barn in the history of model railroading, actually. Here's Toy Train Review number 4. I think it's a later print because of it having a 93 label. Same with Toy Train Review 5. As you can see, actually you can put these over here. Toy Train Review 6. I actually put this in a different case because it broke once, so yeah. The original case broke, so I just put it in a different case that we had no use for, so that's why it looks like that. Here's Toy Train Review 7. Toy Train Review 8. Toy Train Review 9. Put a homemade end label on that. Same with Toy Train Review 11. And here's Toy Train Review 12. Here's the Great Toy Train Layouts of America Part 1 Betamax. You can see. But it still comes in the VHS case. This one also has a print date. April 17th, 1990. Here's Celebrity Train Layouts Part 1 Frank Sinatra. Here's Model Train Layouts by Clark Dunham, or actually known as the Layouts of Clark Dunham. The original tape, because I got the original tape a couple months ago. And this in this blank case is TM Highlights, a 60-minute video sampler from 1993. There we go. Here's the the history of Lionel Model Railroading by Mintex Entertainment. Oh, there's the top. I like this thing. Wonder if I can get that off at some point. Has the barcode sticker, and it's actually an EP mode, unlike most copies which are an LP, sorry. Unlike most copies are an LP mode, but get that sticker off, that'll be good. Here's the Isle of Cat Machines 1 and 2, 2 tape sets. So here's part 1, and here's part 2. Here's a Century of Lionel Trains, 2 tape sets from 2000. Here's part 1. And part 2. Here's Toy Train Review number 1. VHS. Here's Lionel the movie, like mid to late 1980s VHS, probably like 1985, 86, 87, 88, 89, if I had to assume. Print date is January 24th, 1989. Okay, here's the Isle of Toy Trains 789 90-minute 2001 VHS, but it is a 2002 or 2003 reprint. Hope to get the original print sometime. Here's the Isle of Toy Trains 4, 5, and 6 box sets. Here's part 4. These ones have the 2000 releases in them. Well, for 4 and 5 anyway. There we go. Here's part 5. And here's part 6. This one is the 2001 VHS. I still don't have the 2000 VHS of it, if it even exists, that is. Here's the Isle of Toy Trains 4 2005 VHS. This one actually doesn't have a print dated. It has some like weird error thing. So yeah. Here's Isle of Toy Train 7, 8, and 9 box sets from 2001. So it has the 2001 VHS tape of them in there. Here's 7. This one actually has an ink label. Springs on top and S169 written on the back. Here's 8. Once again, 2001 master. End label. Anchor Bay printings on the top. There we go. Here's part part 9. Here's I Love Big Trains 1 from 2002. And to finish off this bin is the original 1994 VHS of the remaking of the 1949 Lionel showroom layout. Oops. So give me a minute while I put this bin back and grab the third and final bin, and yeah. Okay, the third and final bin. So first is the Toy Train View 3 Betamax. As you can see, it says Beta right there. Here's the tape. Here's Great Toy Train Layouts of America Part 1. The original 1988 VHS. Here's the tape. Print date's January 20th, 1989. Here's the History of Lionel Trains 1999 clamshell VHS. Here's a Lionel 00 and H show in action from 2001. Here's I Love Toy Trains 12, the original 2003 VHS. Here's I Love Toy Trains 12, but the 2005 VHS. Oh, this is a 2006 reprint, printed on March 15th, 2006. Here's the Gray Montana train ride in National Parks of the North, 1997. Here's I Love Big Machines Part 1, but the Canadian 1994 VHS, or 1995, 1994, yeah. Cartridge number is 3 out of 4. Here's the I Love Big Machines 1 2005 VHS. Print date June 20th, 2005. Here's the Magic of Lionel 4 1997 VHS. Here's the Magic of Lionel 1 through 3 box set. So here's part 1. Part 2. And part 3. Here's Toy Trains and Christmas 1, the original 1997 VHS because of the UPC code. Here's Toy Trains and Christmas 2, original 1997 VHS. Toy Trains and Christmas 3, the original red tape release. Holiday music from Toy Trains and Christmas, original 1999 release. Toy Train Christmas Memories, original 2002 release. I Love Cop Machines Part 1. 3, sorry. Original 2003, no, 2001 VHS. Here's I Love Lionel, original release. Oh No, original release from 2002. Great Toy Train Layouts of America 3 reprint 1 because of the UPC code. Yeah, this one is a bit moldy, but it still plays. Print date is April 26th, 2005. Here's Celebrity Train Layouts, Manny Patinkin. Here's holiday music from Toy Trains and Christmas, but the reprint version, re-release version. Okay, so here's The Making of the Lionel Scale Hudson from 1999, the re-release of it. Lift Toy Trains 10, 11, 12, the original 2003 release. Here's Toy Train Accessories 1 from 1998. And here's Toy Train Accessories 2, the original 1999 release, because I finally got it a couple months ago, last year. And here's the later release of it. Here's Gray Lionel Layouts Part 2 from 1997. Sometimes these are a pain to get out. Here's I Love Cop Machines Part 4 from 2002. Here's All About Cowboys Part 1, the original release. Here's All About Cowboys 2, again, the original release. Here's All Aboard America's Best Mall Trains, that 2001 re-release. Here's Richard Coon's Train Layouts and Collections from 2004. Here's Great Lino Layouts Part 1 from 1996. Here's Graham TH Layouts 2 from 2002. Here's Lionel the Movie 2 from 1997. The Making of the New Lino Showroom Layouts, 1997. Although it's a 2003 reprint, you can see it says 2003 on the label. Here's the Relive the Magic Lino Collectors Club of America 1993 convention tape. Here's I Love Toy Trains 10 from 2002. Here's Toys of the Past from 1998. Here's American Flyer 2 from 2001. Here's All Aboard America's Best Mall Trains from the original 1994 VHS. Hold on. Do that. Sorry. Here's Lino Legends 2 The Hudson from 2001. Here's I Love Cab Machines 2, the 2005 reprint release. Print date is October 5th, 2005. Here's American Flyer, the American Flyer Front Thrills video, but the original, but the 94 slipcover release. Here's The Great Train Story, 2006 VHS. Print date is December 6, 2005. Here's Graham TH Layouts, Part 1, the original 2000 VHS. And here's the 2001 VHS of it. This has the same labels, but the tape shell design is different from the other one. Here's A Lino Christmas 1995 VHS. Here's I Love Christmas, the 2001 Tape Master by 2005 reprint. And also, if you can see, it actually says website tmbv.com on there. This is a 2006 reprint. Print date is September 21st, 2006. So it's a pretty rare reprint. Here's Baby Loves Trains from 2004. Here's the 2001 re-release of the remaking of the 1949 line showroom layouts. That's a 2-on-2 reprint, or 2-on-3 reprint, as you can see. Here's the station at City Corp Center from 1998. Here's Yoga Kids from 1996. This tape actually has side printings, as you can see, and also has a business reply card as well. And here is the I Love Toy Trains demo tape from, I think, 1997. Here's I Love Toy Trains, the music video, the 2001 VHS. Here's Lionel, the movie 1 from the re-release from 1997. Here's the history of Lionel Trains, the slipcover prints from 1999. Here's Celebrity Train Layouts Part 2, Tom Snyder. Here's Great Toy Train Layouts in America Part 1, the 2004 re-release. You can also see that also has the barcodes, the UPC code. Here's All About John Deere Part 1, 2004 VHS. Here's All About John Deere 2, with the case being a bit faded, 2-on-5 VHS. Print date is April 14th, 2005, and it also comes with this little guide. So that's pretty cool. Here's All About John Deere 3 from 2000. It says 2006, but it's technically 2005. Print date is August 12th, 2005. Here's All About John Deere 4 2006 VHS, and the case is really faded on this one, but still. April 25th, 2006. Here's Lionel Ready to Run Train Set Instruction video from 2003. Here's How to Build a Toy Train Layout, Part 1, Getting Started from 1994. Here's I Love Big Machines 2, 1999. However, it's a 2002 reprint, you can see. Here's I Love Toy Trains 8, the original 2000 release. Here's I Love Toy Trains 11, 2002 VHS. Here's I Love Toy Trains, the final show from 2004. Here's I Love Cab Machines Part 1, but the 2004 re-release and as you can see, it is recycled because there's some blank film at the end. Some other TM tapes I forgot to mention also with blank film on them. Here's Great Torture on Layouts of America Part 1, the 1998 VHS, and it also has the UPC code on there as well, so that's interesting. Actually, let's move these a little here. There we go. Here's second to last tape in the collection, the Lionel the Movie 3 1997 VHS. And the last tape I have is the 2004 re-release of Lionel Ready to Run train set instruction video. And this one actually has a print date. As you can see, September 3rd, 2004, and yeah, there are a lot of pieces in there, reels on this tape, but I can't fix it because it has the weird screw on the back, so yeah, guess I'll have to deal with that. But that's it, guys. That's all my TM tapes that I have, so I hope you enjoyed seeing the 2026 update of my TM Books and Video VHS collection, and peace out.